Krishna prasaya bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prajahine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Asitya Deshikane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everyone.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, please, on the bottom of your hearts. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Everybody, please clap your hands.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Everybody please
Hare
sing.
Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Everyone chant.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jai Gaura, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sanyavadi Vasudhyadishatari Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sanyavadi Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati, Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati, Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati, Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati, Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati, Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Everybody! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
By the Lord and his childhood pastime with all of you. We strive to make this an informative and interactive evening, and we request that you stay with us for the duration of the program, which we anticipate will finish by 5:30. We also request that you do not leave here until you've had prasadam.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. A hypnotic rhythmic chant of 16 words has replaced LSD and other drugs for some in New York's East Village. On 2nd Avenue and 1st Street is a storefront in which ex-Swami has set up shop. There, his American disciples are learning about Krishna consciousness.
Someone told you the story, you wouldn't believe it. Here he is. He's 70 years old. He has no money. He has no contacts. He has none of the things that makes for success. He's starting an effort, and it turns into an international movement.
I want to make a revolution against materialistic civilization. So that the whole world may be happy.
I came to America in an extraordinary time.
All we say to America is be true to what you say on paper.
Everyone was questioning. Everyone was searching for a better way of life.
Turn on, tune in, rock out.
Timothy Leary came along with the drug bandwagon. But that wasn't good enough. We wanted an alternate reality that wasn't drug-induced.
And suddenly this new force from the east was coming in. People began to look towards India.
There was a sense that the ancients knew something. There was a goodness inherent in it. There was a wisdom.
The prophet got here right at that historical moment in time. He walked right into the middle of it.
It was such a curiosity. I mean, just to look at it was just amazement. Wow.
He was a person that seemed to be experiencing a state of happiness that came from someplace that they knew nothing about and never had any access to. And so they were intrigued.
He says this movement is meant to bring about a revolution in the life of a misdirected civilization.
Prabhupada brought forward the great culture and the great teachings of those who came before him.
Everyone is thinking, I'm American, I'm Indian, I'm European, I'm Australian, but I'm not Hindu. I'm feeling soul.
If I see this person, the soul, struggling just like I'm struggling in my body, then all of a sudden we're family. And I have a reason to love you. That's deep.
He challenged the very premise of our material life. And for many of us, that was exactly what we needed to hear.
Our mission is to see everyone become happy. We don't want to see that we exploit somebody else and I become happy. No. We want to see everyone happy, but they do not know how to become happy.
Without any friend, without any need, practically just like a Bhagavan.
Prabhupada was staying in an office building, moving from one office to another.
Federal disaster areas. 4 to 8 more inches tonight.
He had no idea what snow would be like. I never saw snow.
And reason why the temple here in New York.
He was writing so many letters back to India, to industrialists asking for help or support. And he didn't receive one letter of encouragement, one letter of offering to help.
Here he was, 70 years old. He's a stranger in a strange land.
Now that's a
Something to be proud
What can I do? These people are like weed and watch that illicit sex and how they relax it. And they understand because of me. They said, please go.
You have to imagine what it must have been like for him growing up in the 19th century in colonial India. The image of America was what was presented in Life magazine of this monstrous, industrialized nation. Rugged individualism and questioning authority. To think about bringing a message of self-control of minimizing needs, of love for Krishna, love for God, must have been daunting. And yet that's what he had to do. Having been requested by his guru, go to the West and speak Krishna's message in English language, spread this teaching around the world.
Some of my books was Bhagavatam, and I was personally selling these books to the booksellers with great difficulty. We walked in a very expensive city, but I got there. And my diners and my tables, but everything was full. In this way, I become very much depressed. And I was going to the shipping company when the next ship is going to India.
He did it 2 or 3 times. The clerk at the shipping counter, he asked him, well, Swamiji, you keep asking when the boat's going back, but you never actually go.
I'm not very much hopeful that I don't want to go to Krsna, why you have brought me in this country, what can I do? But because you have brought me here, must be there is some purpose. Don't make me dance everything.
Traditionally, Swami's yogis and masters all moved uptown to the rich, and were sponsored and funded by the rich, and you would find Krishnamurti living in elegant apartments on the Upper East Side, with drawing rooms and French furniture, and here was Bhaktivedanta, like in the depths of Calcutta, where the hippies were, and where the acid heads were, the freaks and the amphetamine heads and the meth monsters. So it seemed like he was actually bringing some kind of array of salt and light to the right place, the lower depths where it was needed.
Well, rather than being a hippie, I was more of a seeker, a spiritual seeker, because I didn't have long hair and I didn't really identify with the alternative revolutionary movement. But there was something inside me that was searching for something else. The way I first met Prabhupada was I was on a crosstown bus in Manhattan on Grand Street and ran into a person that I knew. And this person on a scrap piece of paper gave me an address and he said, this is the address of an Indian Swami. He's lecturing 3 times a week and I think you should go there. When I first met Prabhupada, I was very impressed with the fact that he was elderly and that he was very learned and that he was alone. And that made me feel like I really had to help.
I was already in the street and some people saw me and they came to me.
Then they asked Guru to pay for their part.
I went to the newsstand that carries the Village Voice and I saw an advertisement for 26 2nd Avenue.
It had been a gift shop, matchless gifts. They were going to take the sign off the window and I told them, no, this is what we have is matchless gifts.
There was usually not more than about 7 or 8 people there. And some of them were seekers and hippies and others were just coming to pick up on the vibes. And it was just kind of a motley assortment of people.
One thing would usually happen, those who come like this, they come and they just never go. Once you come, you stay. Because the Swami has something which you were looking for.
We haven't got that peace and of mind, of peace and divine, which they're entering.
We thought that Prabhupada was a sincere person, devoid of hypocrisy, which people, especially young people, really do not like. And we didn't see any evidence of hypocritical teachings in anything that Prabhupada taught or anything that was part of his persona.
The marvelous thing about Prabhupada was that he was so, no other word but loving. He accepted them, he welcomed them into the temple.
Plus, he could cook like nobody's business. You know, the food was a slam dunk.
The temple loved and every Sunday I am giving nice food stuff, at least 200. Daily at least 15, 20. I was cooking myself.
So not only was it delicious and healthy, but it would be something even sacred.
In the Gita, Krishna has told us what he wants us to eat, namely fresh meats and grains. So we have further meats, very cheap, and for long life, it's quite easy to prepare, and we have a lot of fun.
When the first love feast occurred in the Bowery, Prabhupada's demeanor was as a very affable and happy host, and he seemed to always be smiling and encouraging people to take more and more and more and more. He was like a friend, and he was giving a party, and it was his party, and he just wanted everyone to be happy.
Prabhupada standing in line for the bathroom with the young men and serving them and washing the pots until someone finally asked after some time, maybe we could help you?
He put up with no nonsense, but he didn't expect them to be perfect. He expected them, if they wanted to stay, to make some effort.
We're here to work. That's what we're doing. We also, we have jobs to perform. We recently purchased a couple of videograph machines. And so we're pregnant.
Most of my students, they were, I will explain on this area, but they are ignorant. They don't really mean, why they don't consider it.
Prabhupada laid down the law. If you really want to progress in spiritual life, this is the bare minimum. Live a clean life. Chant every day, and you'll see the results.
My mission is to preach the philosophy of chanting Hare Krishna. This transcendence of vibration is equally appealing to everyone without a question of language, nationality, creed, or caste, because it is coming forth from the depth of the soul.
The first thing it did for us was give us our method of chant, which is so powerful that it would work for everyone.
If I meditated on the word rain, I wouldn't be ashamed. The word Krishna is God.
Singing, you're dancing, your mind is fully engaged in thinking about God. But what more can you say? This is the full aim of any kind of yoga.
That spiritual culture of India acknowledges that throughout history, humanity has always needed spiritual revival at different moments. 500 years ago, the pioneer of Krishna devotion, the great teacher, Sri Chaitanya, appeared into the troubled world of 1500s India.
The movement of Sri Chaitanya was a movement of sacred sound, and people would gather in the street and they would sing and dance.
Chaitanya decided to take his bhakti movement, his devotional movement to all the corners of India. He had inspired thousands, if not millions of people to take up the chanting of the holy names of Krishna.
And people were trying to understand, well, what is this revolution for? It was for the equality of the soul, to understand that we are not these bodies, and that we are all brothers and sisters, children of God. Wherever there's life, there is sacredness.
Then Prabhupada did something unusual for America.
he decided it was time to take the chanting music and dancing out onto the streets as Chaitanya 500 years earlier. He didn't even have a proper drum or anything. He would just, whatever he had, just bonk on it just to make a little sound and keep the rhythm. But he had he chanted with so much faith that it just drew a universe of people to him.
At first I heard the symbols, the hand symbols, and I started to follow the sound until I found where they were chanting, and I was struck with wonder. This is extraordinary. This means I don't have to go to India to get a mantra. Here are these ecstatic monks bringing the mantra to me for free.
The New York Times took a photograph. The caption was, "Swami's flock finds ecstasy in the park."
Until now, nothing has been done. So let me try at least. It is better late than never.
He said that he would like to go to America. I was surprised. I said, Swamiji, don't go there, you are too old to go, and it will be too cold for you.
I said, "You are crazy. The old man, you are going to die. Who will look after you? What will you do then?"
Still he insisted, so I said, all right. So I made arrangement for him to go by Janatruta.
Part of the radicalness of Prabhupada's mission was really upsetting the social apple cart by sending students into the streets to chant and dance. That's not considered normal behavior. And yet, it's gripping. You can't remain indifferent.
And he brought back Westerners wearing saffron, shaved heads, seekers, sacred clay, and women in saris. I mean, this was an incredible sight.
Americans, Europeans, boys and girls. And it just took India by storm. India had never seen anything like this. These sadhus from the West.
People would come up with it and they'd go like this towards and look at like maybe it was gonna, this whiteness was gonna come off, you know?
The whole town was just suffused with Krishna consciousness. The entire town was on fire with devotion.
Prabhupada brought his followers back to India because he wanted to revive and tell the people of India that the greatest treasure is the heritage of your own country. You've forgotten it. You've neglected it. I've brought these people back to remind you of what you have forgotten.
Everything active, moving, by discipline, desire. This contentment is one.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Traditional Bharatanatyam dance depicting the Damodar pastime of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. This was especially
Please keep playing, Krishna dear. Your sweet music makes my hard work a joy. No. I'm not making milk, my little angel. Cows make milk. I'm churning butter. Milk! Milk! Oh, you want milk? My little jewel is hungry. And you should have all the milk your tummy can hold. I'll be back in a minute, my darling. to interrupt you. Oh, Krishna. I know you're hiding, but you have nothing to fear, my clever little darling. I won't punish you for breaking my butter pot. Krishna? Krishna! Have you boys seen where Krishna has gone? Krishna? Got you! Krishna, my darling boy, what have I done? If you are fearful of your mother, who loves you more than anyone in the universe, what will become of you? Yes, I sense danger in the air as well. And you are also quite dangerous to yourself. But I know just how to keep you out of trouble. Now, you just sit there while I tie you. I could have sworn I cut this long enough.
For Krishna consciousness. Is Sarvana Mataji is going to be coming around. Hare Krishna, I'll bring the mic to you.
Swami Kandupada.
Round of applause, please. Okay, we'll take another maybe 2 questions. Since everyone's so enthusiastic, I've seen quite a few hands up here. So let's take another 2 questions. What is the mantra that Swami Srila Prabhupada has given us? Shalina Mataji, you choose. There's so many. Let's take Mataji here at the back. Hare Krishna Mataji, can you tell us your name and where you're coming from?
My name is Krsna. I'm coming from US. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Your name, Mataji?
My name is Amrita Ranga.
Thank you for coming, Mataji.
Thank you.
Chance to answer the question. Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, another question. We'll take one more. The video that we just watched. How many of you enjoyed that? Woo! Yeah? Yeah. Really? Who can I hear? Everyone enjoyed it. And who wants to tell me something that they learned from the video? Something that really stood out. I think we have to take some questions from this side.
Mr. Das. Mr. Das.
Okay. Das Prabhu. Yes. So Prabhu has taken the time to attend our function, even though Prabhu cannot see, and we really, really appreciate that. Can everybody give him a round of applause?
Hare Krishna to everyone. Thank you for inviting us from the Seska homes, which is just across the road from here, and people from this Krishna conscious movement. did come about a week ago and invited us. They came while we were busy with satsang, the 3 ladies from the organization, and they joined us and they did arti with us. What I learned from today and from our founder and the video is that we need to get inner contentment. And the video starts off with he had no money, no material things. But if you believe in yourself, you can do that. While I was sitting and listening to that, it made me think of John Milton, who was blind, physically blind as well, a great author and poet, and he wrote a sonnet called On His Blindness. But he did not talk about his physical blindness, he spoke about his spiritual blindness. And it goes like this. When I consider how my light is spent, half my days in this dark world and wide, and that one talent which is dead to hide, lodged with me useless, though my soul more bent, to serve there with my Maker, and present my true account. Doth God exact day labor, light denied, I fondly ask, but patience to prevent that murmur soon replies. God doth not need either man's work or his own gifts. Who best bear his mild joke, they serve him best. His state is kingly. Thousands at his bidding speed and post over land and ocean without rest. They also serve who only stand and wait. This is what the video is all about. To believe in yourself. God has given us everything. Everything starts from within and goes outwards. Nothing comes from out to you. And we have unlimited potential. Like I can talk for myself. I'm totally blind. But I made it in life because I believed in myself. I could be sitting outside this hall here, and while you walked in, shake the Tunde, and you would have put in a coin. But how far would that have taken me? No way. You know? The last line is, irrespective of what you are in life, you also can serve. God does not need us to put fabulous gold, things there in front and offer. As long as you can believe in yourself and do His work and spread the message, as the video showed us, and I think we'll go a long way. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. So, dear devotees, our next item is going to be...
It's called The Art of Suspense. You had a very, very wonderful program so far. I think the Reservoir Hills, Namahatta and team deserve a round of applause. And thank you all very much for coming to the program. And last year, we had His Holiness Bhakti Brihat Bhagavat Swami, and the hall was full. So I think there are many programs happening, but also I think the Swamis are able to attract people, so they come. The video that you saw is part of a full DVD which premiered in 2017. In fact, I had the great fortune of being the official person to take it on premiere all over the South Africa with the request from the director, Yadu Barber, who was Srila Prabhupada's disciple. And I was happy to do that because we didn't have a chance to travel with Srila Prabhupada like his disciples you saw in the movie. So that event of the movie was called The Second Coming of Srila Prabhupada because he went all over the world, all the big cities in that movie. It was premiering in all the big cities. So I feel fortunate to have traveled with Srila Prabhupada in South Africa when his premiere. It was a wonderful experience.
And then the second item you saw, the dance. They're leaving because I've got to go to another program, and I will call them later. Natya Bhakti Nilayam is the official dance school, and Srimati Marilyn, of the two dancers, the older one, she is the founder of that school, but her dance teacher was here also. She left her with a little child, that was her child, who acted as Krishna. So I think they're still in the foyer there, and they will hear you if you can give them a round of applause. Haribol! So, where's our little Krishna? She's still there. He's still there. Send her up. Come. You can run in like Mother Ishwara is chasing you. Come on. Hare Krishna. Come up here to the stage quickly. Come this way. I think she was just so adorable and she did her parts very, very well. So give another round of applause. So can I give you this? Somebody going to take a photo of me and Hare Krishna together. Hare Krishna. Oh, there's a camera there in the shop. And Shravan. So, this is little Mahadika. You want to tell them about how you enjoy taking part?
I really love to enjoy part because I love dancing like my mother.
Hare Krishna. So hopefully we'll see you again for other programs, right? Okay. I'm going to definitely call you all to come do that item in the temple. Okay. This is Srimati Marilyn standing. Please give her a round of applause. I know her for the last 20 years or so. She's been doing all the programs whenever I asked her. So they coordinated this, choreographed this item especially for today in the last week. So thank you very much. Appreciated for that. Hare Krishna. Mahadika. She's so confident. So I want to thank the Reservoir Namahatta for asking me to come and speak here today. And not many of this, senior devotees like the Swamis and so on in the country. Many of them are in India now for the Kartik period, and it's summer there, so at least autumn there. So Kartik is in the autumn season, and this is a very busy period. Devotees from all over the world go to Vrindavan to take part in the Kartik festival and go on parikram to all the places where Krishna performed his pastimes. So I just want to offer my prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta. Everybody, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Shri Radharana, Shri Shri Radha Damodar ki, Shri Shri Sai Gaur Hare ki, Harinam Sankirtan Jai, Shri Ram Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So we are scheduled to finish at 5:30, so we'll try and keep the class within that. We've already seen so much of the pastime, so it has made it, the story has been beautifully presented. We have to acknowledge that we would not have known any of this without the mercy of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakta, who's endearingly known as Srila Prabhupada. The founder, Acharya of ISKCON, the Hare Krishna movement, is not just an ordinary person. He has been regarded by all the other great Acharyas as Jagat Guru. Jagat is universe, Guru, greatest Guru of this present time. And the word Prabhupada, Pad means feet, Prabhu means masters. Prabhupada is the master at whose feet the other masters sit. So Srila Prabhupada's mission that you saw on the video, if you were here, was predicted by Sri Krishna himself. 5,000 years ago, Krishna spoke to Ganga Devi. And this is not mythology, because mythology in English means fairy tale. We have no time for fairy tales. Our lives have been full of fairy tales. And look where it has got us. We live in illusion. This is history, itihash. But it's a history that is not subject to the rudimentary tools of academia, who rely on their senses and their very fickle minds. This understanding can only come through purity and through practice of devotional service. So we may understand it intellectually, but to get the real understanding of who's the Supreme Lord is, Sri Krishna, one has to enter into the practice of devotional service. So Sri Krishna speaks to the personification, the personality of Ganga. Ganga, as we know, is the great auspicious river in this planet who cleanses the heart of those who bathe in her. Krishna speaks to the personality of Ganga Devi. It says, my Ganga Devi, 5,000 years from now, he's speaking of the past, 5,000 meaning now, my mantra upashaka will appear. And what is that? What does it mean? The worshipper of my holy names will appear. And he will take my name all over this planet. So, who has taken the Namahatta everywhere in this planet? Who? Srila Prabhupada. It has become a household name through Srila Prabhupada. Because Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee of Krishna, and he's been commissioned by Krishna to come and give this name and this information, this knowledge to everybody. We had our wonderful speaker earlier. What is your good name, sir?
Dasapan Murli.
Dasapan Murli. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so Dasapan, very, very eloquent gentleman and very intelligent. I'd like to have a conversation with you. So I'm going to make it a plan to come and visit you. Will you allow that?
Yes, with pleasure.
I will come and sit with you one day at the home and chat with you. Because I appreciate your mind and your poetry. So he said that one should make the endeavor, and that nothing is impossible if you make the endeavor. If I just paraphrase what you said, would you accept that's the point?
Yes.
Thank you. So one other important thing to understand when one is engaged in a spiritual mission. And that is a verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Charitamrita is a scripture, a voluminous scripture, which describes the pastimes and teachings of Sri Krishna in his incarnation as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The golden avatar, the most magnanimous incarnation of the Lord. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita it says this. There's an invocation, so I'll just say it. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Veda Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta. So the verse, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Lila 7:11. Kali Kale Radharma Krishna Nama Sankitam Krishna Shakti Vina Nahi Tara Pravratan. The translation. The fundamental religious system in the age of Kali is the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Unless empowered by Krishna, one cannot propagate the Sankirtan movement. Krishna Shakti Vinane. Without Krishna's Shakti, without his empowerment, one cannot do this. So we have people in the world who achieve great things by their effort, and those should be lauded. We see so many great architecture, art, commerce, technology, all of these things which make our living comfortable in this world and make it easier for people to communicate, to do so many things. So we laud all of that. But Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Raso apso kuntaya prabhashmi shashi sure pranava sarva vedeshu shabdhaki purushum nirishu. That I am the light of the sun, prabhashmi shashi sure. Rasa kuntaya, I am the taste of water. Rasaham kuntaya prabhashmi shashi sure pranava sarva vedeshu. I am the sound, Om, in all the Vedic mantras. Shabd, the sound. Pranava sarva vedeshu. Shabda, the sound, spiritual sound. Purusham nirishu. I am the ability in man. So all of these great achievements that happen in this world is not possible without the Supreme Lord giving you the ability to do so. But specifically to create a worldwide movement and empower millions of people to chant Hare Krishna and give up their sinful lives and make advancement on this path of spirituality for which you and I have been entrapped in this material world, to come to the realization that birth, old age, disease, and death, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, is not our natural position. Because we are floundering here like fish out of water. We'll only be happy when we go back to the element of water to swim freely. The metaphor represents the spiritual world. We are out of the spiritual world. We are floundering in this world, lifetime after lifetime. So as spirit souls who are entrapped in these bodies, we go through different contexts, circumstances, challenges, and happiness. And happiness and sadness, both part of the material nature. Matra sparsas tukuntiya shitoshna shukadudama. It should be known that happiness and distress are like the appearance of the summer and winter seasons. They appear, are they? Oh my God. And they have to be tolerated. Right? So this is mantras, like that. So in this world, we go through happiness and distress. And what is happiness? We think happiness is so many things that we engage in with for our senses, and we think these will be things happiness. But happiness is actually a cessation of distress. For happiness is temporary. Distress ceases, then we're happy. But we are in a state of suffering in this world. And for a temporary period, we are in happiness. Just like the example is given during the medieval times when they would punish prisoners. They would tie them to the end of a pole, which was like a seesaw, and then dunk them into the water and hold them underneath until they are practically drowning, and then bring them up. And the gasp of air is happiness. So Srila Prabhupada is empowered personally. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself said, Priti Viti Achayata Nagaradigram Sarva Prachara Hoibe More Naam. That in every town and village on this planet, my holy name will be heard. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said more than 500 years ago. Srila Prabhupada appeared in 1896. His centennial was in 1996. He went to the West, August 13th, 1965, begging a passage on a steamship, as you saw, the owner, Sumati Morarji, said, Swamiji, you're gonna die. Don't go. But Srila Prabhupada knew his mission. His spiritual master instructed him, you go to the West and you preach. This because you are educated, you speak in English. Although Prabhupada had a thick Bengali accent, but if you keep listening, you will come to know. So Prabhupada was empowered, and it is by his mercy that we have come to know about Vrindavan. It is through his mercy we have come to take delight in the pastimes. It is through his mercy we have come to know the significance of the month of Kartik. So Kartik is already an astrologically significant and auspicious month. But it is most dear to Krishna. And Krishna enacts his pastimes in this month. So Krishna's pastimes are in 3 stages, in 3 phases. Komara, which is from zero, it is born, appeared, not zero, from his time of his birth to 3 years, coma. And then Poganda, from the after 3 to about 6 or 7. And then Kishore, from his 8 to 12. So it's 3 pastimes. And Krishna never ages beyond a 16-year-old youth. There is this idea that God is an old man. So therefore you may envisage somebody sitting on the clouds with a harp, with long flowing white hair and a beard going down to his knees. All white. No. Krishna is the oldest. Adi Purush. But he's also the youngest. These two opposites are totally reconciled in Krishna. But he's an ever-fresh youth. 16-year-old. Peacock feather in his hair. Yellow dhoti. With a long garland Vijayanti Mala going down below his knees. Playing his flute on the banks of the Jamuna river. In the groves of Vrindavan. This 16-year-old youth is who we have a love for in our hearts, in our soul, as part of our constitutional position. We love Krishna by our essence. As spirit souls, our constitution is to love. And we love Krishna. But we've forgotten that. We chose to leave that spiritual world because we're also made with independence. You see, if Krishna made you only to love him, that's not love, that's force. So Krishna gives you choice. And when you choose to love him, that is love. But based on our search for temporary happiness in this world, which has to do with just fulfilling the needs of our body and senses, we're looking everywhere else. Because by nature, you are in search of love. But you look for it here in this world, which is temporary. And therefore, whatever you love in this world is eventually lost. You love your youth and your good looks. Then, 70 years later, or as you get to 50, 60, you get anxiety. The first grey hairs are coming, your wrinkles, you're losing, you love that, but now you're anxiety. Or your loved ones pass away. Or you try to achieve something in this world and then you can't get it because it's beyond your grasp, so you're frustrated. And unfulfilled longings and hankerings lead to anger. So anger, frustration, annoyance, disappointment, depression are all here because we're looking in the wrong place. At the end of your lives, you think that, okay, I shall enjoy now. But at the end of my life, I'll try to become a little bit more God conscious. But whatever you do in your entire life, it creates impressions called samskaras in your mind, which is part of the subtle body. And those impressions which you're most attached to, they remain. So even in your old age, there is no guarantee that you will remember the Supreme Lord unless you've been practicing. So this is why we're encouraging our missionary activities is to go out to people. We could have been in the temple today ourselves. One of our great spiritual masters is coming just now, 5:30. We could have been there and then enjoyed that class and been there. But we're thinking that Srila Prabhupada did so much for the whole world. And our spiritual masters are saying to us, you go out and tell people about Krishna. So even though we feel that we're so unqualified, let's do a little bit service, especially during Kartik this month, which is so auspicious. So Krishna, so we come and we've invited everybody. We say, everybody, we want to ask you to please offer your lamps this month, because we know that by offering your lamp to Krishna, you're guaranteed unlimited spiritual advancement, you're guaranteed unlimited access to the lotus feet of Krishna, because he says that. Krishna doesn't give himself easily to anyone, because to purchase God is not cheap. So he looks for the sincerity, and when you practice devotional service, then Krishna warms up to you and allows you. But in this month, Kartik, he has no such consideration. Anybody who offers the lamp to Krishna, anybody who does some service to Krishna, Krishna just feels obliged to you. So we're going out to so many programs every weekend, something happening somewhere. Tomorrow we're going to a program in Sita's house program. They invited about 100 people. So it's like everybody wants to do this. So Krishna comes to this planet and he enacts his pastimes according to this prediction that he makes in Bhagavad Gita. Those who know can say with me, Yada, Yada. You know? Okay, let's do it responsibly. Yada, Yada. Hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata abhayutanam adharmasya tadadmanam srijamyaham. Yada yada. Whenever and wherever there's a decline of religion and a predominant rise of irreligion, I descend myself, Krishna says. And he comes to this planet and he enacts his pastimes in those three phases: Kumar, Moganda, and Kishore. So in the Kumar, in his little toddler phase, he engages in this butter thief pastime. And it is so adorable. In the material world, somebody is a thief, he becomes arrested and jailed. But when Krishna steals, it's so adorable. He takes the butter, he messes his face. Mother Yashoda, the pastime is, Krishna was sleeping, Mother Yashoda was busy in the kitchen. And it happened on Diwali day. So Lord Ram came before in another era. So the residents of Vrindavan came later. Well, the pastime, Krishna is in Dwarpa Yuga and Ram's is in Treta Yuga before that. So the residents also worship Lord Ram, who's actually Krishna himself who came. So on that day, all the maidservants of Mother Yashoda had gone for Diwali. So she was busy in the kitchen herself, making boiling the milk, making dahi for Krishna. And Krishna wakes up and looks like Mother Yashoda, and he calls and crawls, and then he sees her in the storm, he tugs her sari. Mother Yashoda says, oh, my Dulal has come, let me pick him up, breastfeed. So while doing that, she breastfeeding him and being absorbed in that, and she hears on the stove the milk boiling over. So she leaves Krishna down and runs to attend to that. And Krishna, enacting the baby pastime, he becomes sulky like a baby and starts to cry and becomes naughty and picks up a stone and hurls it at one of those huge urns which break and the dahi comes out with butter, and he picks that up, eats it, and then realizes, Mother Yashoda is going to come for me. I mean, he knew he's naughty, so he ran outside, taking butter with him and finding his monkey friends and giving them all the butter, standing He jumps up on some other urns and he feeds them. Mother Yashoda comes looking for Krishna. She sees all the mess. She sees his buttery footprints leading out, so she follows. She says, oh, Krishna is there in the distance. Picks up a stick and runs behind him. And Krishna, seeing Mother Yashoda coming with the whipping stick in his hands, starts to rub his eyes in fear, and his mascara is all over his beautiful face. So Krishna is enacting these pastimes, and it's so adorable. So when you see this adorable and delightful pastime of Krishna, your heart melts. Oh, I wish I could have this little baby too. I wish. The heart, you see, you become. So when the heart melts for Krishna, your devotional service begins. Because any little emotion you have for Krishna, Krishna grabs that. So we want you, through this pastime, Mother Yashoda and Krishna, to understand that if you engage in devotional service, if your heart becomes soft like this button, Krishna will come and steal that too. You want your heart to be stolen by Krishna? Yes? Yes?
Yes.
Of course. So we have to give Krishna our heart. Not give our heart to this world of birth, death, old age. And Prabhupada said, we want everyone to be happy. Not that we want to exploit anyone. So this is this moment. It's a giving moment. It's no exploitation. It is giving the mercy of Krishna through the pure devotee of Krishna. The mercy of bhakti can only be carried in the heart of the pure devotee. And one who has the bhakti in the heart can give it. One who doesn't have bhakti in his or her heart cannot give it. You can't give what you don't have. So Srila Prabhupada empowered Krishna Shakti, empowered by Krishna, by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, came to give this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. It is imbued, this Mahamantra is imbued with the full potency of Krishna because it's non-different from Krishna. Krishna is not in his name. Krishna is his name. There's a difference. So by chanting this holy name, Krishna becomes present. Krishna will reciprocate with you, irrespective of what our material conditions may be. Dasabin, he mentioned his condition of being blind. And he was very astutely made a deep philosophical point about how it's not just the material blindness, or more than the material blindness is the people's spiritual blindness. And this is the subject matter of Bhagavad Gita. Dhritarashtra was the blind king. And it's described that he was spiritually blind, and therefore through his agitations and his permissiveness to his demoniac son Duryodhana, the great Mahabharata war took place. Even though he was advised so many times not to encourage or perpetuate this. Yet Krishna was there in his presence, but he did not understand. But through Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we can understand. And here, you know that, especially as we get older, our bodies have so many challenges, we have so much of, disease afflicts us, body pain, so many things. Then the doctor says, okay, take this medication, avoid this, do that. So if we do that, then we find some relief, isn't it? Some of us are diabetic maybe, or you have high blood pressure. You take all these medications, it helps you. It makes you survive a little longer. So if we are able to accept that advice, and here is the greatest physician, Krishna, giving the greatest advice to us, that you do not belong on this planet. You are a spirit soul, Krishna is saying, belongs to me. You have forgotten me for so long, and now you're circulating aimlessly in this material universe. It is Brahmanda, Brahmanda Bhumite. You're going up, down, like a Ferris wheel. Up, down. Sometimes on the heavenly planets, sometimes in the earthly planets, we're just going round and round and round. But by the mercy of a pure devotee who risks his own spiritual life to come to this planet, commissioned by the Lord to give us this information, he can intervene in that cycle, that endless cycle that we're trapped in. And that we need not come back to this planet because we go back to Krishna. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo vedi tattvata tyakta deha puna janma naiti mam yati swajana. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and my birth does not take birth here again. Having once returned to the spiritual, does not take birth here again. So this is what we are aiming for. The body changes. The body, which is simply material elements, we leave behind. And whatever consciousness we develop carries us to the next destination. So therefore, we want to be Krishna conscious. So we go to Krishna. So one may ask, what about, I think I'm going to allow you to ask the question too, so I'll round up. So some may ask, and I'll probably preempt the question. Some may ask then, you saying Krishna, we come on different traditions. Some of us are maybe Christian, some of us are coming from other worshipping other personalities. So where does this all fit in? The great personalities that we worship and the names that we know, like Durban, Kali, Ganesh, so many other personalities. In Sanskrit, there's the words Deva and Bhagavan. So you hear this term, Deva. Deva means demigods. Bhagavan means Supreme Lord. So already in the Vedas itself, the distinction has been given. Bhagavan and Deva or Devata. And the Devas, they are spirit souls like you and I. But they are very advanced in capacity, ability, as well as many of them have great devotion to the Supreme Lord. Therefore the Lord appoints them as administrators in the universe. And they give us the material benedictions we ask for if we please them. But not one blade of grass moves in this universe without the sanction of the Supreme Lord. So when you have some benedictions on the demigods, they can only give Shabda Ki Purushun Nirishvi, the abilities given by the Supreme Lord. And those fruits are limited and temporary. No Deva, no demigod is able to give you liberation from this world. You may get to the heavenly planets. After this life, you get to the heavenly planets for your punya and your piety. And the heavenly planets are still part of the material nature. The earth, the Bhumandal, is in the middle. There's 7 upper planetary systems and 7 below. And each planetary system above has greater and greater and greater material opulence. Therefore, we hear of these opulent places like Islam, you hear of paradise. Even in Christianity, you have paradise. But this paradise is the heavenly palace. And the Supreme Lord is above and beyond that. You can ask the question, you can understand it very simply. When you hear in the biblical tradition, it says, God made the heaven and earth, and on the seventh day he rested. So somebody who's thinking will say, if God made the heaven and earth, then where was he? He made the heaven and earth, so he wasn't in heaven and earth. He was somewhere else. See? You have to apply your thinking. It's called critical thinking. So that means you are somewhere else. And that is the spiritual world. Goloka Vrindavan. Chintamani prakara sarvasho. Kalpa vriksha laksha vrideshu. Surabhir avipalaya. Lakshmi shahasha sata samprama sevyaman. Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajan. I worship Govinda, the primary Lord, who is in a boat built with spiritual gems. Chintamani Praprasa. Kalpavrik, surrounded by millions of purpose trees, Laksha Vrideshu, Surabhi, yielding all desire, tending the cows, Surabhi Ramipali, Lakshmi Shahasha Sata, served with great affection and reverence by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmi. That Govinda is in his planet called Goloka. That is where he is. And what does he do? Venam Kanandamara Vinda Laya. He's adept and playing his flute with eyes like lotus flower, blooming lotus flowers. So Krishna is the Supreme Lord, and he's accessible for the mercy of his pure devotee, accessible through hearing about these pastimes. And one who hears about these pastimes, their heart becomes purified. They get the benediction of the Supreme Lord. So we'd like to end by asking everybody to please raise your hand. Don't be shy. And with your heart in it, your heart in it. It's like a helpless cry of a baby for his mom. Call out to Krishna. Say after me, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. So have you learnt this Mahamantra? How many of you know it? Let's see by show of your hands. Excuse me. So please learn it. It doesn't matter what religious background you come from. It is a name of God, and it is the Maha, the greatest chant for deliverance in this age. You please learn it, and whatever you're doing, take 10 minutes every day and chant. Would you, who's representing our guests from the home here? Who's come as a representative?
Yes.
Nasabet, are you representing everyone? So, is it okay if I come one day there and we sit and chat together?
Yes, you're welcome.
Would it be okay? Like we can just sit for half an hour, maybe bring some beads, we can all learn. Would it be okay?
Yes, welcome.
Is it okay with everybody else? Yes. Alright. So we're going to come and bring Siyabonga Mataji, Shalina Mataji, we're going to come. And we'll arrange some prasad also.
Thank you.
Right? And then, alright. So, you are like my parents, although I'm also getting older, but there are some elders amongst you, and I can see my mother amongst you. So I want to call one special person. Is Jenny still here? Where is Jenny? Did she leave? Okay. Jenny had come, she was sitting in the back there. Jenny, are you there? You're hiding. Oh, yes, she's there. So Jenny, I want you to please stand up. So this is Jenny, and my mom used to live with me in my flat, just alone, me and her, through COVID and all of that. And I tried to look after the best of my ability. But in the last 6 months of her life, she needed nursing care, which as a man was a little awkward for me to give. So I took some spiritual advice, and I was conflicted about that. And my spiritual mentor, Bhakta, he said to me, how much of good care can you give your mom and keep her comfortable? It's not possible. So you should get some help. So this is Sister Jenny, who is was at the home down the road here in this place. I forget the name. Eagles on the corner. Beautiful, spreading its wings. So she looked after my mom for 6 months. And in the course of that, we had a lot of discussions, and Jenny started coming to the temple. She's chanting Hare Krishna. She's distributing Srila Prabhupada's books. And she's supporting programs like Food for Life and so on. Jenny, I want to thank you so much for everything. And I want to also add my praise for your further and further advancement in spiritual life. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. We'll take one question today. One question. Okay, all right. So we won't take any questions. All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, it is a little late. I can see that. Time is going. And now what we're going to do is, let's put this projector back. Should we do the song simultaneously where they're offering to save time, right? Let's put this